So anti-Semitism is obviously a big story in this country, and nobody knows what's in people's hearts. But certainly, if you support Hamas, you're anti-Semitic. Okay, I mean, there's no wiggle room out of that. So there are 6 million Jews in America, 7 million in Israel. All right, 6 million in America. Yet American Jews have a disproportionate amount of wealth and power. Why? Because they are well educated, generally speaking. They work very, very hard. Okay. And they are organized. That's why they're succeeding in our capitalist society. Not only that, but they control a large part of the entertainment and news industry. All right. In Hollywood, there are, I got the list here of powerful people, and it is formidable and always has been. Always has been. Louis B. Mayer, all of these old movie moguls, they're all Jewish. But there is a problem now in that community because there is a tendency for American Jews to vote liberal. I think that's an accurate statement. Okay? Most Jewish Americans are liberal. But now the liberals are against Israel, at least 20% of them. So there's a conflict. And I wondered how these movie moguls in Hollywood are handling that. So who best to ask, and a guy who's been in Hollywood since Walt Disney, Ben Stein. He's the author of a new book, which is a good book. I'm reading it now. The Peacemaker, Nixon, the Man, President, and My Friend. Just out, and you should check it out. Mr. Stein was a speech writer for President Nixon, a Yale grad. Not going to hold that against him. And he joins us now from L.A. So in the showbiz community, the criticisms of Israel have been pretty muted, I have to say. Because they are progressive far left. There's a big cadre of them. How are you seeing it?
I see it the same way it always is, that the Jews in Hollywood, in very large measure, have substituted the worship of the Lord God Almighty for the worship of Karl Marx. And this has been going on for a long time, although Hollywood is not all one stone, one monolith, one might say. There's the studio heads before the war, before World War II. They were all Jewish, and they were all quite conservative, very, very conservative. And then the writers and actors, they were very left-wing. Not all, but very many of them. And those people have become ever more powerful and prevalent in terms of their political views. The people who are running the studios nowadays are not the same kind of people who were running the studios in the days of Louis B. Mayer, or in any way before the war, but certainly before the Vietnam War. And just by dint of burrowing from the inside out, the powerful leftists in Hollywood have taken over Hollywood. And it's very much a shame. It's a tragedy, in fact. And it's a disgrace to the Jewish people, because Hollywood was one of the few clearly on Israel's side entities in America, and now we have the very devout Christians. They're even better, but Hollywood has changed. They're still Jewish.
Yeah, I don't see
but
any
they're not right wing. Right.
I don't see any outright support of Israel, and maybe I missed it. But look, you got Jeffrey Katzenberg, one of those powerful executives in Hollywood. He's heading up Biden's reelection campaign, a money raiser. You got Ari Emanuel, you got Steven Spielberg. You got powerful, very, very wealthy people funding progressive causes all day long. But on the Israel thing, they're muted. I haven't seen any demonstrations in Hollywood pro-Israel. Have you? Have you seen any of that?
Well, I belong to a group called the Republican Jewish Coalition. And but we are nowhere near, not even remotely, at the level of power, wealth, and influence of the people whose names you just mentioned. And I don't see it either. And it's a very, very heart-rending, or as my wife would say, heart-rendering situation. And I don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand it. If Hollywood cannot be for the Israel state, the state of the Jewish people, I don't know who can. I mean,
Yeah,
if
I mean,
Hollywood's going to
I'm
ban,
waiting. I'm waiting for some, organized thing out of Hollywood supporting Israel. I have not seen it, but the one thing that I have seen is that Hollywood now supports the cancel culture big time, because I
big time,
know, right,
big time.
I
And
know a
when
lot of people, not as many as you, but I know a lot of people in the showbiz industry, and a lot of them are moderate conservative, and they say if I say one word that's not left wing, I don't work. And that
well,
across the board.
I've seen that in my own life, and I've seen it happen to me very cruelly. I think because I helped produce, write, and star in, so to speak, a documentary which said that God created the earth and people and creatures on it, and not evolution. And for that, I was really very much barred from Hollywood for a very long time, and still, basically, still am. And that's a horrifying situation. People don't know this, but I want to share with you because you're my pal. Before the actual breakout of war between the U.S. and Nazi Germany, Hollywood sent representatives to Hitler's Germany and invited representatives from Hitler's Germany to come to Hollywood to screen Hollywood movies and make sure they were not saying anti-German, anti-Nazi things, because they did not want to offend the German and German-speaking audience in Europe. And this is, as I say, something not everyone knows, but it was a disgrace, and it happened. And I think it's, in a way, still happening. And very, very, very bad news, disgraceful. And I don't know what else I could say about it, except if it's bad news and it's disgraceful, it's really a bad thing. Thank God for the evangelical Christians. Thank
Yeah,
God for them.
everything is expensive these days. You know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.